We can talk to the chairperson at the Kono District Council, with the chairman, Augustine Sheku, and they can talk about the activities. And since we last hosted them, a couple of months ago, and waiting on the latest development plans and also, development at the Kono District Council. Chairman Augustine Sheku, welcome to the show of this day, sir.
Good afternoon, Dave. Yeah. I'm glad you will give me the opportunity for hosting me this afternoon.
Yes, you're always welcome, sir. Let's start the conversation, from recently I see a photo we seen for the go on our social media, the visit of the UK High Commissioner, to you, and as part of diplomatic, visitation. How significant, first off, that visit of the UK High Commissioner to the Kono District Council?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's very significant in the sense that it gives the council the opportunity for letting itself participate in conference diplomacy. Say the diplomatic arena in the vehicle of the use for market with internal strategy or internal vision, and for see how we're able to get support from partners. So according to the envoy, if I go in deputy, he say they don't need a Freetown the city perspective, and they don't they get used to. So they want for also move into the interior for letting themselves feel the perspective of the people then. So they mean we've been hosting now the mayor in office. We're gonna be in the joint meeting between me, the mayor, then with in deputy, and they go for hotel. We say, as the British envoy, enroll now for see how what they happen at Salone and how it will deepen the relationship between Salone and the United Kingdom, and able for report back to in country for see what intervention they go able for give, and how the general political governance environment look like. So we've been, of course, being happy for receiving, and we share with them with vision and how we want to move forward with vision with regard to the government in overall objective. We anchor on the 5 big changes, and we've been very happy with Yeri, and we even make some suggestions to them. For example, my colleague talks, let's look at the possibility of twinning Kwedu City with another city in the United Kingdom. We try and say, well, we also want to expose we own people them to innovation and development, so that then we're able for feel what we can normally want to bring them into. Because somebody not feel something and get the exposure, if you talk to ourselves, you're not able to visualize them. But if you don't go, you don't see them, you will feel very happy. So I tell and say, if you get opportunity for, get them short-term courses, it can be in the United Kingdom, it can be in Ghana, it can be in Kenya. We say, look at governance day, so that we own people themselves will be able to get another perspective, so that when they come, then we're able to bring their new ideas into being. Then we also tell and say we also develop own demand-driven plan, and if the opportunities are there for let we able to get support, not only in capacity building but in tangibles, like for example in water and sanitation, in healthcare, in education. Also, we'll be very happy. So we've been telling assistants them, say let them give you some sites them. Also will delve and get more information, and that instead we talk to in colleagues them if any side or anybody they want for undertake any of those activities or highlight, then go be with advocate. So I think it was an opportunity for let ourselves get a feel of the diplomatic interaction. And I think we now been a memorable day now for we.
Now way of taking development to the people na the Kono district, we're very significant, and all of that boiled down to the national development plans and also the present in Big Five agenda. We key among now the feed Sierra Leone, we also get a significant role for play. But away from that, you know, what sort of development only take place so far? Na the council, you know, and other plans with national development plans and strategies, you know, we, you know, they put together for see how best in cable for achieve as a council.
Well, one thing I could tell you, Kono is not without happenings or events, and all of them then geared towards changing the narrative so that the policies where government they formulate now through the sectors them, we then devolve to we able to move them from theory to practice. In other words, from knowledge to action. And we don't see significant development in that regard. Apart from the fact that, as I talk to you, my councillors and they, the villages for village development committees, where you will speak to the adaptive lives of the people them. Let them tell we share with we what they do, and how we say we look at them and say, okay, we want to make them better. Just yesterday, we've been get to development coordinating committee meeting. We've been get officials from the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, you know, then go provide technical backstopping. And that planning, they agree the opportunity for let we meet with all service providers across the district, from the government, from the NGOs, from the, you know, developed sectors. And when them in the share what they don't do, we realize most of the interventions that we get now, they are supply driven. It's like somebody can say, I get money, I want to let you go undertake sensitization on this issue, on that issue. Sometimes the thing where you want to go undertake the sensitization on, they touch on the cherished values of the people them. So they really appreciate them. So we'll tell them, say, we don't give them a framework. We'll not tell we what's on our priorities, set of priorities, NGO priorities. So well, now this we get, then on the supply side. Then we will use that now for let we say go to people and look at their needs. Not what they want to, now what they need. Because if you ask somebody say what you want, you want the whole world. But now what you need. So that we will look at what the people they need, and then we look at what in there and say they get. We're able to harmonize and see what is at the gap. Where that gap there now we say we will try for say, okay, even though we say I don't get this, but the people they say they need this one. And we don't find out say they need them because that ain't go help them for let them move to another level. So the plan go, you know, identify all of those gaps, you know, we're able for actually meet the needs of their people. So that's one thing, one big thing we don't do. Yeah. And we're glad that we get paddy them under the base consortium we want to know about. Yeah. Then already give us some financial, allocate some resources. But they say then they only undertake this demand-driven plan to chiefdom consultations. But we look at, say, if we just say you take the chiefdom consultations, it means it's not going to be inclusive. And we want for let the team be inclusive, let it be participatory, and one let it be owned by the people. So out of the resources so they mobilized own source revenue, like the one we then give it under the Diamond Area Community Development Fund, we'll take some we empower with councillors. Now then they go now for go to form then village development committees. So that when we reach the chiefdom consultations, now from them village development committees, then now they will take people there now. So we even tell them say because they chiefdom them then divide into sections. So okay, if we get about 20 villages in a section, we say we all come together, we all can look at what's in our challenges. Then we go put them, apportion them. So that the people that now when they come out from that section, when they go to the chiefdom consultation, then they go present, and then they will take on board. They will come now, we will validate and do. We will put her inside the document. I'll go launch her. So that one big thing we don't call. The other one we don't call, we know the under we, but it's very key to the Kono people. Now the fact that just last week Saturday, we get the matriculation of the Kono University.
Yeah.
I mean, the solemnity of that that event, it make people they appreciate what in a university education, because we bring them, picking them where they're in the worst class or some seniors, secondary school class. We bring them, parents them, and for the first time, we don't know witness matriculation it. When they see the people in the robe themselves, when they play that solemn music, when they do march, and it was attended or presided over by no less the president than the vice president. For that, the sort of the sort of ambience, and the solemnity of it. Yeah. The vice president immediately give address, and then we also get representatives from other sister universities. For example, somebody come out from Fobe College, somebody come out from Jala, and they were all robed, in their, tertiary, or academic attire. That in the sense it makes the people then get hope, and it was as a result of the fact that one of the promises that the president been give, he been talk say he want to address the historical injustice cannot suffer, and because people they come out for come na Freetown, for come na Bo. When na your home, the sort of difficulties when you face, the challenges that when you face. Sometimes if you not get proper side, we say you go there. Sometimes you can't afford whole strength. So many other things. Yeah. So people then share then your experience, like the Honorable Masin Lamina. Yeah. He share your experience. We can Magdoka, the time where they work for Dona Kono, we can do in secondary education. Then we can Anjala. At that time, we can Anjala Naya. Jala was also a displaced university, so then they take classes in several areas. So he shared that harrowing experience. And then he tell the people and now say, we're very lucky that today we get university at our doorsteps. And therefore, if we commend the government, say he make a promise, and that promise is, has been fulfilled. But apart from the matriculation, government young contribution, then they do some buildings now outside the university in location, Faradu. But then they say in October, then go finish them. Okay. But meanwhile, they use one of the vocational institutions, one of the technical institutions, a place called Sukudu. They begin and they take classes there. And then they use one building where government confiscates in the center of town, where then Sukutamba Street, where they call Riba Hotel. Now they are the secretariat for the time being. And then they also inform we say the Exim Bank loan. We'll get through the ECOWAS Bank of Development. Instead, they don't go through. In fact, the contractor will go there last October. They go see the site. So then they don't know the procurement processes for make them come build a state-of-the-art facility where it will be actually an epitome of a university of science and technology. And then until we say the courses they don't begin to do. Now, causes them relevant to the needs of Kono. For example, they do agriculture, and Kono, the place they get that potential for agriculture. In fact, most of the people in agriculture, actually, the livestock, the main life. So having students studying agriculture means that we now get competencies where they go able to go teach your people them, better ways of farming, better techniques of farming. And also bring in institutional, interventions and all. They do something on mining, so that the mining they do we'll get about 3 or 4 mining companies, and then now most times they not can get qualified people then. So in fact, until we say Kwedu Holdings, when are the oldest mining day, then 2 of them workers then the lecture at the university. So it means then go actually tailor the calls for them meet with their demand. So when people then come out now, it's easy for them to get job. Then of course they also do technology and so forth and so on. So that one was really, really solemn. And then just next week, we'll get for now also showcase one big thing where we don't do in Kono. We don't tell the Kono people then say, they not for sit down, let government or partners they can do everything for them. This is for find homegrown solutions to homegrown problems. My own chiefdom when I saw her, it's a chiefdom where get huge potentials in terms of agriculture. But it's a far to reach area. So what we don't do is, we don't develop or we don't establish we own community radio. And through the intervention of Fambo Talk, where they go there, some conflict between them and go for go settle them, then with the ingenuity of the paramount chief, where he talks saying people them they don't get better exposure because most of the radio stations in Akwedu they're not reaching Asoa. So if we get a radio station here, it go able for rebrand this chiefdom, it go able for market the chiefdom in potentials, it go able for also cover events where the corner the chiefdom we go report to them. It will also help for inform them about what they happen inside the district and outside of the district. So if the people then get the information in there, it means they also now get they also get the opportunity now for noting they happen elsewhere, and then it will help for educate them, for entertain them, and for change their mindset. Because they say, picking we know work it. If you say Imama na the best cook, pastor don't work it takes other menu them, and then they go say, okay, what I cook then they when they cook like my mama. So then kind thing they nine in fact nine make a come for that I can see how I go able for put the necessary arrangements. Like for example, draw the program and we will get a big personality we get for go unveil them. So if you go and so on now, you will see the euphoria, you will see the excitement. The people now saying, we own radio station, this. The content is going to be localized, even though we're able to get outside information. But mostly now we get for South, now we begin and get for work day, whoever will they call, and talk on the radio, and other people then go here. Right now, in fact, the sale of radios in the Manjama market, it don't increase because people then now need them for able to get news. So, I mean, these are some of the developments and when they were called. In fact, the other one I forget to mention, the commissioner of NACSA, he been going very recently together with the funders, I mean the development partners from Germany, the German Bank of Development, when they get this GPC program, when I think have been growth and something like that, when they do infrastructural work, they do two big bridges across the Baffin River, one at Yikuma, the other at Kwako, and these are areas where they don't make those areas were cut off from Kwedu City. So, for example, if you want to go to the area and they beside the bridge they go through, pass they go for Kaima, which is about 50 miles from Kwedu before you reach there. So it costs them a lot. So as a result, the agricultural potentials where them people had and get will not be actually reap the dividends. And as a result, the government decides this issue of them people there being impoverished because of road connectivity or for make a thing of the past. So the bridges then they under construction. Therefore don't done, but last year, there was some eventually occurred. I think the water in volume increased. This globalization, you can't predict the weather now. You can't predict nature now. So then they don't change the design of the bridges then. But the commissioner the Kwakwa Bridge is in go down inside this month. Only that will not go open until the end of the year because you get for allow them for let it dry, let it season so that you're not able to get any crack them and you're able to last for as long as 50 years or more. The one with the Yikuma, and because they get for add 21 meter because the original bridge, bridge was 43 meter, but because of the volume of the waterway increase, they get for add on to 21 meter. So then they get for done sometime next year. But the good thing is, from the Kwako now, you'll be able to get a road for go Kondia line. And that Kondia line, you also link on with Falaba. In fact, very recently, the people then can prevail on me, say, do you want to come visit you? So myself take the opportunity, I go there. I visit two communities in Sando. One and they call the Mokeni, the other and they call Poma. When I go, people from Falaba district, then you say I don't come. So they come as well wishers, then hire over 20 motorbikes, then just bust my way no more, So the atmosphere was very excited, it was very exciting, and the ambience itself was, very colorful. So then tell me, say, we all know you will come, but we get colleagues them, when they na Masofingia, when a very big market center, they want to see you. They say, they don't ever see chairman it. They say, because we own chairman for access time is difficult. But now that you don't Canada, the highest government functionary we don't Canada. Canada, go there. So myself, well, I look for them, I took pity on them, I decided to go.
Yeah.
My God, when I go there, the well-wishers, the way me meet, over 1,000 of them, they give me a tumultuous welcome. They even give me one baby sheep, one ram, you know, where they say this like if under this no more. Then they begin to tell me now, you know, because where the radio station, I mean, they can highlight some of the interventions the way they do, especially in a SOA, where I create a SOA for SOA, create market access. So people then they talk about them. That's in the area. Then they tell me, say, do ya, just like we they do for Kono people, they no more. Say, do ya, we say, we want let you be with Sababu na ya, you know. So me say, the two then where I can go, now then 2 communities where I visit. I understand, say, in fact, then they share them 2 now with the counterpart in Falaba, because they don't now say the road, then 2 bridges they get for Kandong, the road to Kondia line, they don't okay, and therefore the road don't come very close to them. So then say now the volunteer. So the tax now we'll get forget is now for fair money now, for do the culvert then, so do the bridges here and there, so that we'll be able to link them to communities then. And Akono then will be the beneficiary, because most of the trade links then now, it will come towards Kono. So these are some of the development we will call, and we believe say the trajectory of the set with our demand-driven plan, we'll get for can begin to implement. Believe you me, Kono would be on the pathway to growth, because you know then developed countries, they not just develop overnight. They get what they call the stages of growth. You know, you get every society starts as a rudimentary a stage. From there, you go to the preparatory stage. Now they way they so now. Yeah. From the preparatory stage, you go to the take-off stage. Then you go to the stage of maturity, high consumption, and so forth and so on. So I think say that kind of intervention will they provide, it will actually make Kono a model. You know, in fact, when we get the engagement yesterday, that coordinating meeting, I tell my colleagues then from development. I said, when I talk about the big fives, among the big five, when I talk about government effectiveness, so I would change the architecture of government to make it efficient. I said, we don't tell our command and say, then therefore get efficiency so that they will be very strong institutions where they will be responsive to the needs of the people, and they will also be accountable to them. So accountability is not what they play with at all. Yeah. And so as I talk to you, auditors then they now council for see how they go able for evaluate how the money we government spent last year was spent and whether it was impactful. So I think that some of the dynamics and then the way they call Kono District Council.
We don't talk about education, we don't talk about infrastructure, very key areas in terms of development within the regions and very significant. But what about other needs, for the people at the Kono District, like, wash facility, sanitation, health, and other developments as well? And you talk about the base project, and recently we get the opportunity for interview, members from BAN and CAL. IGR also is set up that entire project for support the council, in turn for the people within the districts. And part of that project is about accountability, and which you mentioned, and very significant. So how the district council therefore they role some of them projects in this, so in turn the people also can benefit, in terms of the development as well.
Yes, I think the base consortium, the partnership we get with them, it really they help we. They help in several areas, because the 5 civil society, civil society organizations, where they get interest in governance, they all get different aspects where they look at. Like BAN, we mentioned, and they talk about the accountability. Yeah. And we don't get several accountability sessions then with them. We then they get with the leadership, the councillors, the functionaries, who all they go, where they go review the Auditor General's report and see which side things then go wrong and how we go able to regularize them. Then they can normally bring the Accountant General, personnel from Accountant General for actually can let it sit with we. Let it tell we what they look at and what they expect of we. And then they don't make the councillors also, they don't begin get capacity. So councillors now, they look themselves, say, they're going to council for go better themselves. Then they look at themselves now, say, they are the agents of the people, and the people are the principals. So we go there, now for go make sure, say, the little way government they bring come, where NGO they bring come, it's used effectively in the interest of the people. Now, you get also CAL, we're in there for develop capacities in leadership and governance. Yeah. In fact, I think on the 21st to 22nd, then go for get a session with we. We then go for get an event when they talk to the adaptive leadership. So if at the end just they resonate with your own thinking, say when they develop an adaptive plan, let's look at the people in life and how we can make it better for them. So I believe, say, when they go conduct this leadership events, it will really help the councillors, the staff them, for let them really understand what is adaptive leadership and how we'll be able to ensure, say, what would they really try for roll out not a very efficient in the sense that they meet standards and what themselves than they expect. So the one regarding to education, just like what I tell you, yesterday we got a meeting, all the sectors then report. For example, the education and tell we how they conduct the NPSC.
Yes.
And they tell we the challenges then where they encounter. In fact, some other people them immediately when they talk about certain challenges them where they observe, we really tell well for the education sector itself and as well as the WAEC. But what we will tell them is that these are lessons learned. So the lesson they we don't learn from the conduct of the NPSC, we'll be able now for build on them so that when they conduct the Beke and the WAS, some of these mistakes will not go repeat there again. And then we also get this accountable governance project where World Bank is support with. So that when they look at some institutions in education and in health, we will not say the infrastructure is in a very bad state. So when they go, we engage the communities, then we select one for education, one for health, and then we able for improve on them. For example, last year, we undertake the rehabilitation of the RC school in Motema, where it been in a state of total disrepair. But we're able for rehabilitate them, we provided furniture, then we provide a headmaster in quarters, provide water. Interestingly, that day we'll go hand over the school to the communities. Even when we hand over the other school, apartment, then the structures there, we'll not see that kind of excitement from the Peking then. When we go, we open the headmaster in quarters. Believe you me, this kind way the Peking then scream. It's like they were extremely very happy that finally the headmaster don't come on inside a quagmire where they find it very difficult for rent a place to get a decent accommodation. Because the accommodation where go give a very standard, where anybody when a headmaster will be proud of and they go one for Lego in a school like that.
Now construction we constructed by the council?
By the council, under the accountable governance project. This is a World Bank project where they empower councils for how we improve the infrastructure in the social sector, especially education and health. So we don't do that day where I don't just talk about, so we don't hand them over. Then we don't do the health one, Kowadu, when Banekando chief done. So we expect, say, the other phase, we instead will take our 2 other schools and 2 health communities, instead they under evaluation. So eventually, we do small until we're able to get to the areas that we say we want to be. But I believe, say, when we don't get this we plan, where we really tell what we need in each of the sectors. Now then I go inform we now so that all they prepare with budget, all they get support from by partners, all they get intervention from NGOs. Now then I go be the guide where you go, tell we the roadmap. Okay, the roadmap for let we able for undertake them interventions for the people then.
With all of them developments you don't talk about, how supportive is the people? Because as a council, you roll out the developments here, but if the people themselves not take ownership for ensure say then developments here, then projects here we you intend and also the roll out, go be successful. Tell about the relationship and also how cooperative the people can be for roll out them projects there.
I can tell you, Dave, see the visibility we council don't create in the district. It don't make the people they not regret at all why they vote into office. In fact, if you go in Kono, then get about 7 community radios. 3 or 4 of them, then they give opportunity to the people them for making them able for participate in them programs them from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Then get one day when they call my area, the other one they call what's in the happen, the one they call, so the people then they really first of all highlight them problems, then they acknowledge what they happen, which intervention we don't provide, and they acknowledge them. And the others now, then they also yarn for get similar interventions. So if you go to Kwedu now, then they not of was society praise myself, but in the morning hours, now they occupy the airwaves. In fact, some people anyway I can meet up them. When they can introduce me, this comes to chairman. They can say, they say, okay, sorry for you. They say because every morning the amount of calls and way people then they call, then they demand interventions. So I can tell them, say, I said, me, I welcome that one day because it shows say the people then trust you. The people then trust you, say you're able for do them, and you're able for reach out to them. And as they go along, they get support. And luckily, when they get support, even the vice president we can go, he can go get engagement with the communities. Them, he can ask you which side the challenges they can get, we can share with them. He can tell we say, okay, myself, I get sababo, I go member owner, so that we're able for all co-creative solutions. So because at the end of the day, one person will be for them.
Of course.
It therefore depend on the interventions of everybody, the competencies of key stakeholders, them, so that we go co-create solutions. And that co-creation of the solution, now in me are glad about with the Ministry of Development really create that coordinating committee I tell you about. Yeah. So everybody they go put all what you don't do on the table, and then we review them. We look at what are the challenges, what you are therefore do, so that there will be no duplication, there will be no double dipping. And I believe say that one day they also help for create visibility. So we actually get that synergy with the population because then they really appreciate the fact that we don't remove the things that now would not be know under the table. We don't put them on top of the table. They all they see. And we can get council meetings. They can go there and participate in those council meetings. Sometimes they one time we can also after the way they can don't get that the morning calls between 7 and 8. They can also get special calls the way they call certain stakeholders then for can talk about their institutions, about their activities, and we can also get that kind. We can get that platform there, and that platform will use them very well for really articulate the type of vision we'll get for them and the strategy that will put in place and how we want for let them say be involved. Like for example, very recently they call now within the airwaves. Then they tell me a colleague mayor. They say the district council chairman, they don't send people in the village for them form village development committees. Who serve one similar committees now now this city, so that in any particular section of the city you get a group of people where they go come. Then agree on what in the felt needs, what in the challenges, and then you go able for now tailor your response for let meet those needs. So I think say the people then really receive them, and they really get the feedback, which is very very fulfilling.
Can not be the art of the minerals, in the country, and there are transformation going on into other areas, agriculture. And other developments as well. So how then transformation they seem for the go on well? Is it that people seem for the acceptance transformation, more especially when the government seem for the pay attention into the agriculture areas?
If you look at Kono, I go tell you say 3/4 of Kono na agriculture potentials now you get. Now only out of the 14 chiefdoms, now only 5 of them actually na the diamond pharaohs, and even out of them 5 na specific areas in inside the diamond the rest of it is agrarian. And I make, as I say, we look at the adaptive lives of our people, so that the one way they do agriculture, the one way they do plantations, the one way they do business, the one way they do fish pond, all of that. Now that one day we'll get for put together for let we develop that plan day. And we say don't go ahead for even form cooperatives. I think it's inside June, the Minister of Trade will go to a day for settle, the disaffection we've been there among traders, where we don't read to rest. We tell and say we don't form cooperatives, and we want for Lego launcher. We want Lego launcher inside this May. When I say no, this May you get commitment. It's about inside June. He said we'll go. So we hope say where they go. The Ministry of Agriculture said we'll go. Because we don't get about 52 cooperatives and now when are agriculture related. And we don't see say they don't begin to mobilize capital for themselves. Because then they get them box, they keep everybody they pay 10,000 every month. Then I think per day or per month or per week. But when that money they will reach a certain threshold, would they get EcoBank, where they serve deal with cooperative business, then go help them for opening a bank, so then they put their money in. So that when they're ready now for get a loan, it will be very easy for them to get that loan day because they already get their money at the bank day. So I think all of those things are coming to bear. And the cooperative office will don't create people, and they go there every now and then for get information and also for go register. So I believe people don't realize they cannot be that dependency syndrome where they they on all this while not take them anywhere. So now they therefore come together and build their own capacity, and whatever support they get now, then now will help them for let themselves able to do things on their own.
Now look at revenue generation. Also, that's very significant in helping the council for implement some of them projects we in our for undertake and also don't they carry on with. Are we not able to get revenue? When we all know the taxation, and tax of people they do business also for paying tax. How cooperative, the people in the districts in terms of paying back their tax and in turn help the council for develop.
Yes, well, we get a platform, this base consortium, then they get weekly simulcast between two key, widespread radio stations. Also, when they come, they say the people and the council. So that kind of symbiotic. Where they go make presentations, then the people themselves then respond. And we can normally tell them say, no continue to develop if the people do not take their own development at their own hands, which is very central. And they buy into that. Very recently, the Ministry of Finance, together with the Ministry of Development, then go engage the council and the chiefdom councils, the paramount chief and also the treasury clerks. Then tell them say, first of all, any money where you collect from people then in your capacity as a public official, a public fund, and therefore there are procedures through which you get for use that money there. If you're not using it through that procedure there, you will be ahead responsible. So then quote the various aspects of the how they call them, the Financial Management Act, and also the accompanying regulations. So that they don't make now, people that don't know say public funds the way they collect in the form of taxes, be it from them or them, be it from market dues, they don't know as in public funds. So in fact, we also get a meeting tomorrow, but we don't decide for put until Monday, where we will do a follow-up meeting so that we will get do a joint collection together with the chiefdoms. Then we will be able for tell them say this now own your own share. So there will be what we call benefit sharing. So we'll collect the money. What will they give the chiefdom for them say because they say get overhead cost. They also get administrative cost. We'll give them say now I own this. The other one can the council, and they will use that now for complement what government they give, what other partners they give for actually roll out projects. Like for example, we get other source when as I already referred to when at the Diamond Area Community Development Fund. Then they would don't decide say right now the procurement process go on. We don't decide say one big community then as stand up when they call Yomando. That's why in the campaign they may say the place dark. So we don't decide now say we'll go put solar lights there so that we will able for enhance life activity at night. Women then way then can they go work on their farm where they can even time. Once then solar lamps then they'll go sit down under them, they make them here. Picking them because they don't get secondary schools, you get primary schools. They go use that for study. Then we'll pay them or then big one them, then go they play draft on under them. The young one then when they make their attire, then go they make their attire, when they go make life instead of when it's kind of woman go sleep, the place go be very lively. The woman there when they make granite, when they break cassava, when they sell them fry, they say they will get economic life at night. Over and above that, it will improve security. Because in some of them communities, and they say can get problems about theft. Chief man can unblock them on it. But we lights day, you know, we able for hide because then we able for see you. That's one aspect of it. Then sometimes they can get threatened by then reptiles. You know, I know of a few communities who say I've been install solar lamps. When they tell me, they say then snake when they come, they all don't disappear. In fact, some man can even joke say even the witchman they all don't run away. You know, so meaning when you give then solar lamp there at night, you enhance both social and economic life, what the people then really they yearn for. And then they go able for encourage them now, for let them not allow anybody for do illicit mining. Because they know say when you don't get your license, you don't cut your license. That license then now they make you get more entitlement from the Diamond Area Community Development Fund, and then they go able for enhanced development. Would they also use part of that money there for buy tools? Because we find out say the road network is so boku. Every community they make your road. But what they can ask for now for capacitate them with tools. So they buy working tools. Then they say the procurement process they on, or don't buy them tools and now, or they give the councillors then, councillors go give communities and now for let themselves, let help them, for let them make them roads them. So we don't challenge them. Say anybody will make your road to standard. Would they go look if you convert now you need it. That I will say would they get small thing from road maintenance fund, will prioritize you because we not say you don't participate in your own development. So therefore you need that kind support there. I remember one village they were go give them shovel them, I will give them tools them. Now I challenge them. I say if we now make this road, the road is about nearly 5 miles or 8 kilometers. I say if I make this road very well, I say I will bring solar light and I bring them camp. Every day they send video them to me. Say, oh, they panam. In fact, they tell me, say, Imam, they said it now, pastors are in work now. So it is sort of energize them, you know. It is sort of eliminates them really. For them become very passionate for them to take their own development at their hand. So now then some of them things they do for actually get communities and for them take their own development at their own hand. So that not all side government go able for reach, but if we get them the capacity, like tools the way I don't mention, and they will motivate them very well, that will be part of the development agenda. So I think say on that note really, the people are really with us and then they appreciate what they do. And they know they hide them, they talk on the radio them, they get the feedback. If for example, if I'm gonna any program in the morning, then they say they make calls them. My God, all the calls and positive. They say now we don't get chairman, and now we don't get chairman, and now we don't get chairman, you know. So that me safe, it motivates me. Because when you do something for people, then they appreciate them. Now the more you become, excited, now the more you become charged and fired for it, even do more. So I think saying that more and they make myself at the put chest now. I mean, counsel themselves. In fact, they call me the good shepherd. I know. Because even though we counsel now 3 political parties and but me tell them say, oh man, for candle na the political party we bring you kanaya. That motoka we bring you kanaya. Lord enter na the kono motoka, and they don't actually see. Say even at the deliberations of the council, and they give everybody equal opportunity for let you put across, you point, and when you bring any matter to me, they address them, and I make me office accessible. I tell them say me create any protocol. As long as you can, meet person they come address your issue, you bring a come to me. Don't you know if they bring certain things to me, we come on at any world. I tell them say go back to your counselor. Let you and Ingo hang it, and they want to come with me. So then I don't make the council very relevant, and the council they appreciate that one day because I don't give them the posture where they deserve, as leaders in their communities. Okay,
there are other comments on our Facebook page, and these are all complimenting comments. Like you say, people seem for they appreciate your job and also commend you, say that you do more in terms of development. Now the Kono District Council all the way from Gambia. Gladys Bokai said they were actually live from Gambia, and also they commend the chairman for a job well done. In all of them praises and day, as we round off, what can we message to the Kono people in terms of development, in terms of this youth term in office, the expectation, and moreover as we speak, there are a lot of expectation from Salinas in terms of development and waiting them for hope for at the end.
Yes, well, make me always tell Kono people and say, when they don't vote, then I just one part of the equation. The other part of the equation, now for them join we where they provide the leadership, but then say for be part of that leadership day. Therefore be the followership for be active. And I make this plan where I talk about when are the demand-driven plan, where they don't start now. We don't do the governance aspect. We don't get every village, 10 people them, woman them, man them, physically challenged, or man they part of them. Now we'll therefore go to the next stage. The next stage, now for go do the needs assessment. Not what you want to, now what you need. And that needs assessment, we'll get for compare and to the priorities them, where the sectors and don't give, where partners and don't give, we say, now they own priorities and that. So that we're able for harmonize the demand from the people them and the supply from the service providers. And then the gap now, will they make sure say we find a way of integrating that gap so that we will develop one plan where it will speak to the adaptive lives of the people, where it will be demand driven, so that every village, every community will go inside that plan day. What you know for experts is that for immediately we don't adopt that plan, it's going to be automatic. No, we don't get that kind of resources. So we therefore prioritize with sequence. As we get resources with the sequence. So that once I will stop, the only when they come after we, then we'll take them from there. So that we'll get a more unified development plan where it actually capacitate the people them by providing those interventions that we then go leverage on for make them able for become better people in the way where God want them for be. Because everybody in this one happiness they look for. Yeah. But that happiness day, you also get your own part where they play. Somebody else get forget your own part way for play. Government get your own part for provide the enabling environment. But government in one get no way for doing, now make it get partners. Now make it don't bring the people them on board. So we get forget that plan day, we get for be inclusive, it get for be participatory, and it's get for to be owned by the people. So that in the next couple of years, I think say if we're able to go by that plan, most villages will be touched by government intervention. So that idea where they can say inside Kono, government will buy in there. In other words, government in hand mark nothing at this village. It will be a thing of the past. Because everybody will be in that plan. And for only pray that we all support the president, we support the government for let peace and tranquility day, so that we'll be able for harness the resources then we will harness. And I commend the people of Kono because then they really cooperate in terms of revenue generation. And I believe say that revenue they will they make sure say themselves see the tangibles where they go point out and say now which is we money this. Like what they can go roll out the solar light na Yomandu. Yomandu will just sound like any big city where they go get light at night. Not necessarily for make them use at house, but at least for let them able to get a very clear environment. Yeah. The one that we get for go do them by them too. Now for enhanced governance. So let them trust to it. That trust will then give it. And they assure them say that trust they're not going to misplace them. And by the time we own time come to an end, then go actually count the tangibles them. Where then go talk say indeed will not make no mistake for voting Augustine Sasheku as chairman of the District Council, where they can call me Sheku Dukono.
All right, thank you very much. The chairman of the Kono District Council, Augustine Sasheku, will be part of the show. We always appreciate him so much. Anytime we can talk, we want for reach out and pass the information on development, on waiting on the happen now in district council as well. And we hope others go follow, and people will know the development within them the area as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for being part of the show.